What other ECMs are good complementary projects to combine with heat pump upgrades? And then maybe I'll ask a second question based on your response there.
Okay. Well, I think one of the things I learned after spending many years doing some pretty elaborate heat pump projects is that in the facilities that I was looking at, a lot of people hadn't done the basics, lighting retrofits, insulation, even basic awareness stuff. So I think a lot of that stuff you need to do first to drive down your heat load and your cooling load, because the more you can do to drive your peak heating and cooling loads down, the smaller the system that you need. So that's going to drive the capital cost down, and improve the savings. The other side of things with heat pumps is to look at passive heat recovery and try and incorporate it into the design of your system. Easier, a little bit bigger opportunity in the commercial sector because you've got, large source of wastewater streams, waste heat or waste exhaust air, large enough to make it economic to do recovery. But even on the residential scale, you're seeing gray water recovery systems, and you've got heat recovery systems. And I think if you can look at trying to integrate heat recovery with the heat pump in both of those settings, you're looking at basically increasing the overall system COP and use greater savings, faster payback, and all those attributes.
Yeah, thanks for that. The second part of a question that Liam had, was around any recommendations that you might have of how multiple specialized contractors, so whether they're HVAC, whether they're doing shell or solar, can work together on smaller commercial jobs. And I think that's a really topical question, just because of the fact that the scalability of this is kind of being halted a bit also by the parameters of the types of people that can do installations, the type of people, the type of contractors that are attracted to this type of work. So maybe you can speak to that.
I think this is kind of an extension of what in the new construction market, where we get into integrated design process. And I think there really needs to be, especially with heat pumps, there needs to be this kind of cooperation between the designers and the installers. And there's no sort of replacement for actual experience. We can sit around and talk theory and even design principles, but I think the team, working together, needs to work through the project together and understand, what the correlations are between, insulation, lighting, plumbing, HVAC, ventilation, air quality. There's a lot of interaction between those, and to try and do it in a silo approach just leads to problem, ultimate to problems. So I think there's a need for collaboration throughout the whole design installation phase, and I think it serves all groups well, to have a good installation, as opposed to have one that goes bad because the bad ones haunt you for years.